What's up, everyone? All right, so today, before I forget and I start rambling on, number one, let me just say that snails eat plants. Ram's horn snails definitely eat plants. I literally watched my ram's horns just sit here and demolish these beautiful plants that I planted just like a couple of days before. And I was watching them and I said, well, maybe they're just kind of like eating some algae off the plants because they're kind of new. And I'm watching them and I see the stalk start moving and the whole plant is moving, and I'm thinking to myself, what's he doing to it? And then all of a sudden, the whole plant just floats away. And I'm like, oh my God, he literally just ate right in front of me, right through the stalk of the plant. So, ram's horn snails out of this tank. Now, there's some ram's horns eggs are in there. We're going to let them go for now. And then as soon as they start getting a little too big, we're going to get them. But for right now, we're just going to let all these little shrimp guys go crazy. And, okay, so what we're going to do, let me back up a little bit here, if I can, with my stupid camera. Okay, so once again, we're going to go, and there's a little Cory guy in there too. Let me just go around town here. So what we got was, we ended up planting those purple plants. Like I said, they got demolished by the snails. The snails are now out the door into the pond because they were huge anyway, which somebody happened to mention in the comments. And thank you to everybody who subscribed. I don't know if I'm allowed to say people's names or whatever, but I guess I'll find that out and I'll start just listing everybody who subscribed to me. And I hope I can reply to you if you guys ask questions or whatever. So there's the 125. So that's working really good. I like the way the plant on top is doing. I was doing really, really good. The way the water is going right into the roots is just real nice. So everything's going good there. All these plants are doing really good. That crazy plant over there is doing real good too. So I just changed some water today on this tank right here. Everybody's, again, seems to be doing pretty good. I checked all the parameters of everybody. Here's all of these. And now these guys are gonna get moved soon because I think they're gonna go into that 125 over there. It's a nice long low tank and it's got some really nice low current that is constantly going. It seems really nice. That one little Cory guy that's in there testing the waters for me has been doing real good. He just went in there today and he's swimming around. He looks like he's searching around and, getting his bearings. And so we'll see how he does in there. And then eventually I think what's going to happen is these guys are going to go in there. And those guys down there, which are the mamas and the papa bears of everybody. There's one guy there. There's a bunch of guys over there. And then they're going to go in there too. This is a tank that's just got a massive trumpet snail infestation, went crazy, but we'll get rid of those guys before we start it up again. But right now, I told you, this was the one that actually had the rust in it. So it's doing real good. We'll get rid of the trumpet snails, and we're going to get rid of some of the bigger ram's horns guys because they did kind of chew up the roots of these plants, and the mollies chew up the roots. And I gotta also say, these guppy guys, they also know how to chew up roots, man. I'll tell you that all of these little live bearer guys seem to really want to munch on the roots. So that's those guys. Then okay, so what, I'm sorry to whip the camera around, but what happened was we ended up putting that black sand into those two new 20 gallons that were up there. So I put the black sand in. That's just a little crazy piece of wood that was outside. I said, you know what, I'm gonna throw it in there. But I also got some more of those plants. Now, what I'm gonna do is I have to put some white sand. I mean, see, it's pretty tall up there, so I'm only like 6 foot, and this is like probably like almost 8 feet or something. We're going to plant those plants in that white sand. I have another bag of white sand that's going to go into this one, and these plants will be planted. And I put some little shrimp guys in there, and they seem to do real good right away. Like the shrimp just seem to go crazy in my tanks. I don't know why, but so that's those guys. And then I have these two, I told you, two 10-gallon tanks down there that just are no fish, no nothing, just water hanging out, waiting to be used for an emergency. I'll test those waters, I guess, maybe in a day or two, just to make sure everything's copacetic. Then over here, this is the 55 also. That's an extra one that I have now. It's in the middle there, and it's got those couple of silver dollars and some of the leftover goldfish that most of them went outside, but these guys were the runts of the litters, so they stayed inside here, and they did pretty good. Then we got over here, this is the 135. I don't know if I can actually go, nah, that's about it. Okay, so this is the 135 that we fixed. It has all that nice stuff growing out of it there. Everything is doing pretty good, I gotta say. All the plants are doing real nice. And in here we have all these mollies. Now there's mostly black mollies in here, but we do have some orange, or whatever you want to call them, gold, whatever. Okay, and we do have two white guys up there, two white mollies, and there's every once in a while you'll see him, but he's still in here. There's that one Cory catfish that somehow got in here. One little egg got in here, but he's in there. I see him every day, and he swims around like he owns the place too, which is really crazy because he's, the outlaw of the whole thing. He's around there somewhere. He's down there. So he's hanging out. Everybody seems to be doing okay. Every once in a while, I get a little nervous with just animals in general, because it's like they can't tell you what's wrong with them, and you never know, and you're like, oh my God, is everything right? But so far they seem to be doing okay. I'm sorry if the camera's just going crazy because I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm looking at the fish. Okay, so that's those guys. Then over here, these were those little baby molly guys that were in that tank that got the rust spilled in it. And I don't know where they are. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that guy right there. I told you that most of them were black, but that little guy, he's kind of mottled, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's plaid. So we'll see what happens. But there is a couple of light colored ones too, and and there's a bunch of just regular black ones. But we'll see what happens with these guys. I'm really hoping those little light colored ones make it and they grow to be big and fat, and we'll see what they look like when they're grown. And then then you got these guys, these are all the eggs that we had in that little breeder box there. And I'm not going to zoom in, I'm just going to put this closer. But these guys did so good. I mean, they really just did really good. And all it was the eggs were in this little breeder box here. And once they became wrigglers and whatever, I turned the okay, here's how this thing works. I'll go through this again. There's an air hose here, okay? It goes down into the bottom. I don't know if you can see that there. It goes down into that thing there, right? That thing there. And then the air goes up the pipe, and the force of the air drags water with it up the pipe. So what happens is the water comes out here, drips into the breeder box, and then they put a channel on this side for it to exit out here. Now, right now, I don't actually have it hooked up. I have just the tube of the air in there because I don't want it to get rid of I have some methylene blue in here, because if you look, and I don't know, we're going to get to see this, but let's see if we can zoom in on them. Oh boy. A little hard. Maybe from the side. Oof. It's even worse. Okay, I know how to do this. Sorry. Okay, there you go. So you see, there you go. Now you can really see them. Okay, so there we collected a ton more eggs again, and believe it or not, now that I'm actually saying this, I didn't even check because I think I did like a water change on them the other day. So I'm gonna actually just walk over here and we'll just check real quick, because I'll tell you the spots that usually we can find them on. Usually we can find them right here, but if you look back there on those two mops, okay, right on the glass behind those two mops are always, when they lay eggs, that's where they lay them. They do lay them right here on this glass, and they do lay them sometimes over in this corner here where these mops are sometimes, but I don't really see anything today, which thank goodness, because wow, we are really have a lot of albino cories going. You know what I mean? But thank God they're all doing healthy. Now, like I said, I think what's going to happen is almost all of them are going to go in here. This is just going to be a straight up cory and shrimp tank. We're not going to have any, oops, my finger. We're not going to have any snails in there, I don't think. Or at least we're going to wait until the plants have really taken root and are really going crazy in there. And I'd like to get us more different plants, carpeting plants, all kinds of stuff in there to really get it going first. And then we'll try to throw some snails back in there, because I do like the Ram's Horn snails. They get pretty big and they do munch out on a lot of dirt and algae and stuff. But they're also, you know, they kind of do take over a little bit. And I know somebody mentioned also, wow, those snails are huge. Let me tell you, these guys, they don't stop. I just took a bunch of the huge guys out of here. I told you I threw them in the pond. Look at that guy back there, right? On the glare. I don't want to get the glare. I don't know if it's, yeah. But, yeah, those guys back there in the corner there, right? Just look at these guys. I mean, look at that. They just go crazy. But, like I said, they do, see, like they keep everything clean. But if you notice, my roots are just now starting to slightly come back a little bit, you can see, because I think I took a bunch of, like I said, the huge guys out of there, because as soon as I saw them eating my plants, I was like, here's another guy. He's tremendous, right? He's huge. They are all pretty good. These guys are really, yeah, this guy's really crazy. Look at that guy. That guy is nuts. And his buddy right next to him. Again, if you see that their antennae are just, and you know, somebody said, man, that's really good, like, because they must really be comfortable and they're really living it up in there. Now, if you take a look at all of these trumpet snails. Oh man, I used to act, you know, I was so excited when I saw one in my tank. I was like, oh my God, it's a trumpet snail. Oh wow, that's so cool. We'll have trumpet snails in there. And now, I hate them. Also, Ram's Horns. Look at all of that. That's all Ram's Horns eggs. They're all over the place. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking, as the Ram's Horns are getting, like that guy right there, that big guy right there, as they're getting to be like that size, I'm starting to take them outside and I will put them in the pond, because they're big enough where the koi and the goldfish out there, I don't think are going to eat them. They're just way too big, these snails. So they're leaving them alone, which is good, because there's a lot of sediment and stuff out there in that pond, like that really needs. And what I need to do for that pond is I really need to build some sort of like a, I want to get like a vacuum cleaner head, you know, the long, thin, T-shaped vacuum heads that, you know what I mean, for like a lot of carpeting that you would do. Get one of those and literally hook it up to a hose and start siphoning out and use it as like like vacuuming my pool, you know. But I want to just vacuum all the stuff on the bottom of the bottom of the pond out there, because it is so horrible, like, but it should be. See, there's that little Corey guy. He's doing pretty good in there, I guess. He seems to be kind of. He's just hanging out. So we'll see how he does. I didn't want to make this video too long, but of course, when you talk about a lot of crap and you start wasting time, the Mollies, these guys are just, again, I'm so shocked at how good these guys do. Like, I mean, every single one of them did so good, and I didn't think anyone was doing it. And now we have this whole bunch more coming now, so we're gonna try to get them all done. And also, I was telling you about my my grand scheme of putting a shipwreck in this thing, and I think I found what I'm gonna put in there, and I'll show you guys on the next video because I have to make sure that I'm gonna be able to do this. All right. I'll see you, Aqua Cats and Aqua Kittens, at a later date.